Good morning. I have to say, at first, I have a migraine, so I'm a little bit slow. But this video, I just want to share some of my personal experience, and this is related to that 44-second short video that I uploaded this morning, teaching severely autistic child, same or different. And on that video, short video, there's a very long story behind, okay? And that also a 5 year of a school system battle that I went through. And I tried to work with them, multiple trials with the school people, and maybe one day I'll talk about that as well. But it was a 5 year battle. Eventually I said, my child is not ever gonna go to public school or the private school for that matter, right? Now, this is the video I posted, teaching severely autistic child, same or different. And here's the story. I fought very hard with the school system here, and they failed my child because he had feeding issues, oral sensory issues, and every time I put him in school, 5 months later he deteriorates, malnutrition, like lost weight, because they couldn't feed him. They don't have a feeding therapist there. I already mentioned that. And I was kind of like given another chance to school and see what happens. And I learned that they also have like a homebound services, and those are designed for children that are disabled or medical leave. They cannot attend the school and they need to get services while at home recovering, whatnot. And so I explored that, and I made a few things to make that happen, and Brendan was approved for a homebound services. So this is what the school did. They sent me a teacher that doesn't have a special education background whatsoever. She was actually English teacher for 5th graders. I think 5 and 6 she was taught. And because she was a teacher and I'm not, I just let her in and I was just observing. That was a BA application to evaluate the teacher, her response, her behavior, and how would that work with my son. So I let her just use her knowledge, her skills, and see how that goes with my son. And I observed that for a whole month, because see, as a parent, telling to the teacher, oh, you're not doing this or you're not doing that, that would be not appropriate, because then I would hurt the teacher, and I would not hurt people for no reason. I only defend myself at this point, and always I never attack people. So I let the teacher to come in for a whole month, and it was 1 hour a day that he would receive, and I watched her chasing Brandon, my son, around the sofa for that whole hour of session. And I waited. I just waited and waited for a whole month. Then I started seeing some behaviors already coming from the teacher, because teachers, the good teachers, they're not rewarded just by the money. They also rewarded by the real teachers, I mean. They rewarded by the progress, because they see their work. And if they see the progress, that's their reward. And that was a good teacher. She wanted to see the progress, but she just couldn't get there. Chasing my child around the sofa, she couldn't even get him to the table at that point in time. And I observed Brandon, I observed her, and I start seeing signs that she's getting frustrated with herself, because the school threw her at a very difficult case. She's a regular teacher. She's not a special ed teacher even. So I approached her that day and I said, very nicely. And I said, would you like some help? Maybe. And by that time, she was prepared already, because I watched her for that whole month. The response was, please, please. I was already teaching Brandon myself a lot of things. While ABA was out, I would get in and I would do my things, and we'll start teaching him different and same. And again, you start teaching these smaller steps, what you see on that video. And I'm commenting behind the video there. I say we're doing 4 now, because I've started with 2, but I'm still in charge, and we, you know, I'm telling the teacher we do the 4 now. So that teacher, she actually embraced my help, and she was just watching. She was just watching me working with my child, because that teacher wanted to learn something. And when I participated for just this 1 hour that I had with her, she got encouraged. She started getting some ideas. She needs to drop down all the way to the world of autism. And she was so amazing, because then when I show her some of the principles, some of the basics, I gave her some feedback, do this, do that, stop here, stop there, whatever. Then she started bringing her own ideas, because she is still a teacher. So she knows other things that I may not know. And then we would just share. She's like, how would you do this? And I say, with this, you would go that way. With that, you would go this way. But she would start bringing ideas, and she worked, and we saw a lot of progress too. But I lost like a whole month just to get the teacher to respond to me, because I did not want to upset her, offend her, and whatnot. But this is what you see on this video. And yes, my son just woke up. So that's actually a good time to end this video. But I'm just saying, that's the school sent me the teacher. They threw her at me without any experience. And poor thing, like I said, by the month, she really wanted to learn. And she took that skill with her. And she was thankful, because I helped her. And now she can go further. Depending where she's going to end up, she's going to be able to work with these children. So this is what you see on the video. I'm glad I met that lady. She's very sweet. She's open to learn. It doesn't matter that I'm not a teacher. I do know my child, and I know what works for him. So I'm going to be continue sharing my videos with you. Because there's a lot of things that you can capture. I may just not mention, but you see how I do it, how I control behaviors, because we get it. That last video, yeah. But I'll talk about some things as I go. So talk to you soon.